Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Bry-Fy podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by COMICPALOOZA, the largest comic book convention in the state of Texas, and probably one of the bigger ones in the country. It's coming to downtown Houston, Texas, May 22nd through the 24th, and it'll be at the George R. Brown Convention Center. It's a beautiful area right next to Discovery Green, the park downtown. Tons of things to do, tons of places to eat, tons of people to see. The guest list is insane. We have Charlie Cox from Daredevil, Steve Burns from Blue's Clues, Lou Ferrigno, the original Hulk, Lawrence Fishburne from The Matrix, Vincent D'Onofrio, also from Daredevil. We have comic book guests like Cyanide and Happiness comic people are going to be there. Gail Simone and Jason Aaron. There's just, the list goes on and on. If you're a fan of gaming, comics, TV and movies, and every place in between, you're going to find exactly what you love at COMICPALOOZA. So come on down May 22nd through the 24th and don't miss out. Without further ado, let's get into the show. What you're about to listen to is a Bry-Fy production.
Yo, it's Bry-Fy coming live through your Wi-Fi. One-man show, but I'm feeling like a sci-fi. Comic books, video games, catching them all. Pokemon card stack, yeah, I'm ready to brawl. From Marvel to DC, I break it all down. Nifty nerd news, got the geeky rundown. Pop culture hits, movies and shows. I stay in the know while the fandom grows. So plug in, tune up, press play, let's ride. This is the Bry-Fy, baby, welcome to the vibe.
Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning back into the Bry-Fy podcast. It's been a rough one, man. We are finally slowing down at work, and it looks like that the outage, the shutdown is about to be finished, man. There were delays, we were moving ahead. For every step forward, we would take a step back, sometimes 2 steps forward, sometimes 3 steps back. And the end date was just kind of flexible, man. It was kind of fluid, loosey-goosey. And that sucks. But here we are. We've made it to the end. I think I'm on my last 2 or 3 days of work, which hopefully means way more consistent episodes coming from me. But you never know, man. Hopefully, we put the plant back together. But then it's when you start putting the steam and water and the pressure through it is when you start to find the problems. And we find little problems. And hopefully they just stay little problems, not big problems. That's the big thing. But, so yeah, we're here. The finish line is in sight and I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. My heart. Everything sucks. You know what doesn't suck though, guys? Podcasting and COMICPALOOZA and my family and video games, Pokopia. That doesn't suck. And now my wife wants to play, what's that? Totogachi Life or whatever it's like Animal Crossing, but for Nintendo Mii characters. I don't know. There's been some funny ones on there. People have been putting characters from anime and video games in there and watching them interact. And it's been really fun. And I could see the appeal of why my wife would really like it, because she's into that Bakudeku. But also, I think it'd be fun. It's another laid back, slow paced game, much like Pokopia, but it feels like maybe not quite as much. But I'll be honest, I haven't really dived quite deep into it. So maybe that's one of the new games that I can check out. Talking about games, man. So Pokopia, dude, I finally finished it. By finish it, I mean I completed the story. Just because you complete the story does not mean that this game is over. There's so much you can build and make and customize and things like that you can just keep playing and making habitats for Pokemon for days, weeks, years to come. But it's a happy, sad story. It really is, and I didn't think I would tear up, but I did. But it's good, man. I was shocked by how well this game played and how in depth and just consumed with it I would be. I didn't even stream this game. I thought I would stream it and share things with you guys, but I didn't. I was so engrossed with it. I couldn't stop playing and I couldn't take the time. I could not be bothered with bringing it to my stream computer to share it with you guys, because I was just, you know what? Sometimes you just need things for you, right? Like this was just a thing for me, and that's something that I always have, and you won't. No, maybe I'll play through it again this time on stream, because there are some things I would do differently because I was not prepped or prepared for, and so yeah. Anyway, with all that being said, let's move on to the nifty nerd news. Alright guys, so up first in the nifty nerd news, The Simpsons are canceling their couch. So apparently this has kind of been a thing where people have noticed, like, the famous couch gags, you know, like the intro to The Simpsons, have becoming few and farther in between, which has been kind of weird. And actually, the showrunner, Matt Selman, confirmed it on a podcast here recently called The Four Finger Discount, saying that, look, we're not cutting the storytelling short, all right? It's either you get good story or you get couch gags, is basically what he said. And based on the internet's reaction, they want the couch gags, man. Like, I was looking, everyone's kind of upset. Although, most of us don't really watch. I don't know, man. I don't hear people talking about The Simpsons. Not like how they used to, right? I mean, The Simpsons has been on for, like, how long? What, like 30 years, it feels like at this point? I'm not sure exactly. I'm basing that number solely off of nothing. But, you know, like the showrunner, Matt, also did kind of allude to it could be like a money issue. Or like, you know, I mean, you have to be creative, right? Like there's something new and something different. And that's creativity, that's time, that's money. Maybe that's money he doesn't want to put, or the company doesn't want to put into The Simpsons, which kind of sucks if that's really the main reason. Some people alluded to, well, you know, it's mostly on streaming service, and people like to skip like intros, which means they're skipping the couch gags. But where's the data in that? Like, are they really skipping the couch gags, or are people sticking around? Because there are some really neat ones out there. Like, I've seen Lego versions of it, like crazy avant-garde artwork, and like, I mean, there's some, it's insane, right? You never know what you're gonna get with The Simpsons, but I don't know, I just thought it was weird. Like, even though I don't really watch The Simpsons, even though like I'm not like foaming at the mouth like, oh man, I need to see what Homer's up to, which is odd because Homer and I have a lot in common. He works for a nuclear power plant, I work for a nuclear power plant. He likes donuts, I like donuts, and that's, I mean, he has a family and I have a family. Okay, and that's where the similarities in. Well, we're both kind of stupid. But, yeah, even though all those similarities, I don't really watch the show. I don't think I've ever really been interested. I can't think of a time ever where I sat down and watched The Simpsons, honestly. And I don't mean because I don't like it or it's not worth my time. I've never had a desire to do it. And it's not because it's good or bad or anything. I just don't. But I do care about the couch gags because I've seen the couch gags. I don't know, man. What do you think? Is The Simpsons storytelling that in-depth and cool where you're okay with not having the couch gag thing? Like, I don't know. What do you think? Anyway, moving on. So a 90-year-old woman goes missing, and the family is absolutely appalled and shocked at what they find. And so a daughter had been trying to reach her mother via the phone for who knows how long, maybe hours, days. I don't know. It worried her enough that she called the police department where her mother lives to go do a wellness check, fearing the worst, right? Eventually, police do show up to the house, and things are kind of weird. The garage door is open. The door to the house is open. It's unlocked. Like, they look around. There's no one. Doesn't look like anyone's been in there. And they start calling out, and no one answers at first. Eventually, they find this woman's body in front of her computer desk playing a bubble pop game. Yeah, so Graham was sitting there ignoring her family for who knows how long because she was trying to beat the high score to her little bubble pop game. And she was just so engrossed. She told him, like, oh, I was just, I'm so close to beating my high score. Like, I just couldn't be bothered. And I don't know if she actually beat it or not. Maybe the police interrupted her. Who knows? But I thought it was kind of funny. I would hope that I'm still gaming it up at 90 plus years old. First off, I would hope I would make it to 90 flat and beyond. But if I do make it there, I hope I'm playing video games. And I hope I'm playing like online and just trash talking young kids. Like a 91-year-old trashing a 15-year-old and be like, you stink. Back in my day, our video games were stick and dirt, and we had to share the stick. I don't know. Moving on. So Xbox is changing their price for Game Pass and Ultimate and all that again. Like, we've been dealing with this. This price has been crazy, man. When when Game Pass and Ultimate Game Pass first came out, it was $15 a month. Then it moved to $17 a month. Then it moved up to $30 a month. And now we're getting another price change. Like, this is freaking ridiculous. Look at this. Xbox Ultimate Game Pass is dropping in price? What? Who does that? When have you ever seen a company that's been raising prices say, oh, you know what? We're getting too expensive for our people. We need to drop it back $7 a month. I have never seen that before. This is insane news to me. This is crazy news to me. Yes, granted, you're still paying more than what we used to way back in the day. But for $22 a month now, you can get Xbox Ultimate Game Pass, which kind of makes me want to rethink about getting it again. Because honestly, they priced me out. And that was well before the $30. I think once it got to $17 a month, I really started thinking to myself, like, is this worth it? Like, is this a thing that I really need to have and be a part of? And over time, they've added more things and stuff like that. So looking back, and I kind of miss playing Xbox games, but is it still worth the $22, $23 a month? I don't know. But I like what's happening out of Xbox. I like what they've been saying. So a lot of the things, of course, there are differences. They did drop the price, but that was for a reason. Now you will not get Call of Duty games day one when they release. Okay, I guess with Ultimate Xbox or Ultimate Game Pass, anytime a Call of Duty game came out, which was, once every 5 months, you would get it straight on to the pass. Now they'll come out a year later. All the Call of Duty games that are on Game Pass currently will stay on Game Pass. It's just that new ones now will be a year delayed on making it to the streaming service, which I think is good. I think that's a push in the right direction. I would still love to see this under $20 a month, because I still feel like anything $20 and over just is insane to me, man. Because if you're trying to putting hours into a game takes months, at least for Joe Schmo like me, regular guy. Like, I can't sit there and spend 4 to 5 hours a night to really get my money's worth on games, dude. Like, I could play an hour or two here or there every couple of days. So $20 for me is a way more expensive thing for maybe a $30 teenager, like $30 a month teenager who has way much more time. Like, we need tiers. We need age verification tiers. I don't know. There is an insider, though, that has said that the new CEO, Ashish Sharma, I believe that's how you say your name, does want more flexible forms of Game Pass. She wants to basically make like a build your own Game Pass where you can add and take out things, and it would flex the price or change the price based on the amenities or the features that you wanted out of your Game Pass, which could be really beneficial. Like, could be what I'm looking for, because there's a lot of things I don't need, a lot of extra bells and whistles I don't need. I really just kind of want some of the base stuff, and maybe I like FIFA and Halo and so there might be something out there eventually that could get me back to Game Pass. We'll just have to see. Moving on to movie news. So the new trailer for the Clayface movie out of DC Comics has just released. And it looks absolutely horrific in the best way possible, though. So it appears like it's going to be a body horror film. And if you don't know Clayface, he used to be an actor who gets in an accident or something where his face becomes disfigured. I'm not sure exactly how. Accident, deal gone bad, but he ends up using like a chemical treatment or something to try to fix his face, but there's some undesirable consequences. Those consequences, his face is now permanently impermanent, meaning it can just mold and meld and flex, which is cool because like he can shapeshift. It also gives him super strength and he has regeneration. Kind of sucks because who are you as a human now, and are you ever truly yourself because you can never hold like your own shape? I don't know. It's pretty interesting, pretty crazy, and like the trailer looks absolutely horrifying. Like just the things that they do with his face and his body and the music. I'm terrified. I don't know where this is gonna go. Are they gonna make him like an anti-hero or just like a villain with a heart? Like, I'm not sure. But it looks interesting. I don't know if I'll watch it in theaters because it looks scary too. So, because I'm a little baby. But yeah, man, I think it looks interesting. I like the things that DC are doing. I was actually just talking to my wife recently how I want to check out the new Superman movie. It's been out for a bit, and I haven't watched it yet. And it looks cool. And I just watched the woman that plays Lois Lane. She was on Hot Ones, where they eat hot wings and ask questions, and she was really funny, and I thought that was cool, and it made me want to check out the movie more. Anywho, that's it for the Nifty Nerd News, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I don't know why I'm talking that way. Probably because my throat's getting a little phlegmy, so I'm trying to like shadow swallow so you guys don't hear it on the microphone while I'm trying to talk. It's difficult. But yeah, so that's it for the Nifty Nerd News. Stick around because we're going to talk about something I wanted to review this week.
This is the Bry-Fy, baby. Welcome to the show.
All right, guys, thanks for sticking around for the thing that we wanted to review. A couple episodes ago, we talked about a comic book by Gail Simone, and that was Domino. We went and read through Domino, which was really fun, and I decided let's keep the train rolling, man. Let's look at another comic guest and some of their work, and I thought, why not look at Jason Aaron's Thor series, the Mighty Thor series. And specifically, and I'm not sure if I've talked about this one before, but the God Killer storyline with, what's his name, Gore or whatever the hell. The one that they made a movie out of, right? With Thor, Love and Thunder. Now, granted, there are huge differences between the comic book and the movie. One being the comic book does not feature Jane Foster as Thor, spoiler alert, and does not have the team up quite like the movies do. Now, there is some time travel at play, but I feel like the reason why they didn't adapt that version of the story to the movie was because they had just done Endgame, and Infinity War and all that, which dealt with time travel and things like that, fighting an enemy. So I feel like, that was kind of rehashing the same type of story. And I feel like people would have been super tired of it if that were the case with the movie. But honestly, there were things from the movie that I liked that I kind of wish I could have seen played out. But there are definitely a lot of things in the comic book that I wish I would have seen the movie adapt a little bit more. One, Gore the God Killer kills way more gods, and it goes on a crazy murder spree, which we kind of, get a little hint of in the movies, but it doesn't really delve that deep into it. But the comic book was way more brutal and less of a comedy, whereas the movie, of course, way more of a comedy. What I super enjoy about Jason Aaron's run on Thor is, like I said, it does take place over multiple time periods, and eventually those timelines collide into one story, and you get to see how the God Killer interacts with each version of Thor in different parts of his life, and how that version of Thor handles things and how they get involved and tied together. There is a God bomb that becomes apparent. Like in the movies, it's all about the sword, and in the comic book, the sword plays a big part of it. But that's not his end game. That's not his final goal. His final goal and end game is to build a bomb that, when it explodes, will kill all gods through all space and all time. And it's really interesting how we get to that point, and he enslaves gods to do his bidding for him. So there's like this weird Egyptian vibe to it and things like that. But which kind of would have been neat to see that play out in the movie, because that sounds like a bigger end goal, a bigger game. And also in the comic book versus the movie, the God Killer's family is with him in spirit, although not physically, but he does create physical vessels to sub in for his family. And you can see like that he's slow, like he's losing it. I mean, definitely he's losing it, but how much was it him and how much was it this dark sword, God Killer sword that he's carrying? And it's just a very interesting read. Like, I don't know, it reads really cool, it reads really great. I love the pacing of Jason Aaron's run on Thor, and the artwork for the most part looked really fantastic. There are like some panels where Asad Ribic, who does the artwork for it, looks hilarious. Like the way he draws surprised character faces always makes me laugh, because their eyes are just so big and round. Like it looks cartoon. There's a picture of one Thor on my Instagram from this series, and it's about COMICPALOOZA. Like, why haven't you bought tickets yet? And it's the face that Thor looks when he comes across his first dead god. And it always takes me out of the story at first, because to me it's just absolutely hilarious, like the way his face looks. But it's cool, man. It's really interesting. I don't know. Like, I was trying to think, like, oh man, how could you adapt this better for the movie and still keep things that the movie wanted to keep in? But I don't think you can. I feel like these are just two different stories trying to tell two different things, where, Thor Love and Thunder is more about family and love, whereas the comic book, the God Killer stuff, is definitely more about Thor and like his personality and his evolution as a character, and like what it means to be a god, basically. Or like, because there are, of course, and Thor admits to this, that there are gods that are terrible. They're bad people and that aren't doing the right things by their people for their people. And by the end of it, he's like, I want to change, I want to be there, and I want to be a better god than I have been. And so, like that, I just feel like they tell two different stories, which is unfortunate, because they use the same characters. Maybe Thor Love and Thunder could have used different characters. Although the God Killer stuff is epic and awesome, I think for the story that the movie was trying to tell, they shouldn't have done it. Now reading the comic book, granted, I still love Thor Love and Thunder. I think it's a fantastic movie. It's fun and it makes me laugh, and which is what I've really liked about the Thor movies versus the first two. Like the first two had some funny moments, but they weren't really full-blown comedies, whereas the last two Thors have been comedies, and they've been a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed them. So, to each their own, I guess. But I see why a lot of people were disappointed in the movie after reading Jason Aaron's run and the story that they vaguely adapted. And there's other stuff, because now I'm getting into the point where I believe Jane Foster becomes Thor, and Jason Aaron's run of the Mighty Thor So like I can see where they're picking and pulling from different parts of his writing, but definitely heavy on the Jason Aaron stuff for the movie, which by all means, I enjoy what I'm reading. Like, he's a great writer, and his comics are really fun. And I've really only been doing the Thor stuff, but they're great. They're fantastic. I recommend his Mighty Thor run to anybody. As far as the rating goes, positive charge, guys. Full stop. Positive charge. Check it out. Get the Marvel Unlimited app. Go to your local comic book shop. Pick up trade paperbacks, whatever to read the Mighty Thor. I think it's a really fantastic read and great comic book. Yeah, that's it. The artwork in it, like I said, besides a few panels here and there where I think Asad Ribic makes a choice, it's great. I really dig the artwork in this series. It's epic. Seeing Thor fight is awesome. It feels powerful, which Thor should feel powerful. He's a god. He's the god of thunder. And it's awesome. So, yeah, go check it out, man. That's all I have to say about that. Because this is a short episode. I got to get back to work, man. Well, not back to work. I haven't left the house yet. As you can tell, I'm on the good microphone today, so we don't have car sounds in the background or anything like that. It's just me. It's just full raw Brian right to your ears. Anyway, so before we go though, don't forget, check out COMICPALOOZA, guys, May 22nd through the 24th. That's coming up very soon. If you don't have your tickets or hotel, you need to get them now. You've already missed out because there's been one or two price hikes since on tickets, and I promise you there's another one whenever. If you're waiting to get tickets at the day of for COMICPALOOZA, don't, because you're going to spend more money than if you bought them now. Save some money. Do it now. If you go to my Instagram, my Blue Sky, my Threads, or wherever else I have social media on, I am posting ways to help you save money, be it on parking, on hotels, or whatever. Check it out. Save some money. Spend it at the con instead. You'll thank me. The vendors will thank you. And I will be thankful to see you guys there, because eventually I'm going to announce when I'll be performing live at COMICPALOOZA. We do that every year. Sometimes I am blessed enough to be on the awesome main stage for podcasting, to where it's got a PA system and an audience section, and we try to do a lot of fun playing Trash or Treasure, which we're bringing back again. And I'll announce more details on that and what we're going to be doing with that and how you get to be involved and participate with that. But until then, we will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for listening. Go follow on social media. Tell me if there's anything you want me to talk about, any comic book that you would like me to rate or review, because I would love to. But what I would also love to do is go take a shower, go get some food. And I really don't want to go to work, but I have to. So I'll let you guys go, because I got to too. Bry-Fy out.